It's a secret. You're listening to Fix My Carcast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 53. Comedian and musician Keith Hebert will be sneaking in later, but first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe, and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level, and also get bonus episodes and behind-the-scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch. You don't gotta search when you want the merch. It's right down there under the description. Everything must go under the description. Go down there, click it, and win. No new donors this week. The total raised for paying off my car repair debt is still holding at $1,131. Also, when we get to $2,000, we unlock an automatic show gimmick, which is I will watch all the Fast and or Furious movies back to back and then record my podcast at the end. Hobbs and Shaw counts. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $3,000? Won't that be something to see? Are you still digging the new theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more, in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Nothing copyrighted or shitty, though. Like, shitty in that you're trying to make the song bad is okay, but no being like an asshole. No new patrons this week. Did you know we don't have a single patron named John? Weird. Well, if any patron named John joins by the time the next episode is recorded, I will title that episode Farty Butt Poopy Farts, regardless of the episode topic. Why deprive yourself of all this fun? If you're a John, or if you're named John, get to the Patreon. Sign up now. Make this show even worse. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. Some donors have told me they struggle to think of a topic for me to cover on the show, so each episode I will give a topic suggestion. These are topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly, say it with me, I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is my idea for a transgender Doctor Who. Yes, I know Doctor Who is just the name of the show. The name of the character is Lori Lou Beans on Toast. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city to listen to. Backspin. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city listened to the last episode the most. And we've got us a tie between Westbrook, Maine and newcomer, coming brand new, Rochester, New Hampshire. Ties are broken by whichever city listened to the most episodes, so our big winner is Westbrook, Maine. Congratulations, Westbrook, Maine. Better luck next time, Rochester, New Hampshire. Let it be known that Westbrook, Maine's Clock Tower, Courthouse Mall, and Ravine are the best in the world for 7 days. Have I done that one before? I feel like I've gone back in time. Last episode, I made a mixtape of beats because I was sick, and I couldn't talk for very long without intense stomach pain. It was like a knife in my guts. Sorry if the audio mixing on that episode could have been better. I was kind of scrambling to figure out what to do for the show, considering my condition. That said, in the future, if I'm sick again, should I just do the show sick like it's a gimmick? Or do you want me to make more sick beats? Or some third thing? Let me know via all the ways to contact me down in the show description. Seriously, if you're just listening to these, you're missing all the stuff in the show description. You can click stuff all day long. It's a fun click extravaganza. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about my beat making process. You want to know how I'm making all those sick beats? It's not just the sick part, it's also the beats part. That is available to anyone that signs up at the $5 level or higher. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are: number 1, drink a gallon of water. Number 2, record it in a movie theater. Number 3, incorporate 25 random nouns. And number 4, do a Benoit Blanc impression, which is currently winning and is also what everyone is doing on Twitter right now. Be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, January 12th at noon Eastern America time. And by the way, you only need to be a $1 patron to vote. I don't mention that enough. It's just $1 to vote on like 4 episodes of this show. It's such a steal. It's a great deal. I'll make you squeal like a baby seal. All right, time for today's gimmick, which is the Secret Gimmick. Because I've been sick the last couple of weeks, there's been no gimmick poll. So for today's gimmick, I have written 10 simple gimmicks on a game show wheel, which I will spin exactly once. And whatever gimmick it lands on, that's the gimmick for the episode. Now, if you're a 5+ patron, you can see video of the wheel and me carrying out the gimmick with your own eyes over on Patreon. But for you free audio-only listeners, you'll just have to guess what the gimmick is as it's happening. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way, just in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. But now, we are entering the Secret Gimmick Zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. And this one requires an edit. I have to go make a peanut butter sandwich, which I will then eat on the show, trying to conceal that that's what I'm doing. Oh boy, aren't you glad you paid the extra money to see all this stuff? Also, I'll show you all the other gimmicks at the end of the episode. But right now, let's go make a peanut butter sandwich. Today's gimmick comes to us from nobody. Or sorry, not today's gimmick. Today's prompt. So once again, there's no prompt for the show. And, oh God, I may have spun the worst gimmick. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Today's gimmick, fuck me, today's prompt, we don't have one. And, I'm going to level with you all. That's a real problem. This show was started as a fundraiser. I ain't really raising any funds right now. So, that's a bit of a situation. Because you know what? I'll just level with you. It costs me $12 a month just to host this podcast. You know the podcast that everybody asked me to take off of YouTube, which is free? Not that I'm trying to guilt you right now, but I'm now losing money every month. So, if you could be a deer or a moose and put $5 in the GoFundMe link, which is attached to this show, because I want you to get more great content like this, which I'm sure sounds really pleasant if you're listening with headphones. So yeah, I still have a lot of debt. Car repairs are not cheap, and wages are not good. The talent agency is paying me nothing. I'm lucky I don't have any legal bills from that whole legal situation with the producers of Napoleon Dynamite. I ain't doing well, folks. I mean, for starters, I'm doing this wacky shit every weekend when I could be, relaxing, but gotta respect the grind. Pardon me while I grind a little more. I'm kind of mad I didn't spin one of the gimmicks I could do in 30 seconds and then just hard out. If you listen to that Twilight Zone episode, which has a twist ending, which is there's no prompt, I kind of hate that was the first episode without any prompt or topic. But if you're new to this show, first of all, thanks for just jumping right in. Just diving right in. Oh, God. I definitely spun the worst one. What could it be, I wonder? What is hindering the creation of the show right now? Who is to say? Who can guess? Also, how much longer do you have to listen to this? You know, I had a friend the other day tell me that my show shouldn't work. Every time they hear the gimmick, they're like, this is going to be the most unlistenable thing. And then every time they enjoy it. At which point I pointed out even the Pig Latin episode, and they said, okay, no, not that one. But nevertheless, I genuinely do enjoy making this show. But I do have to level with you. It exists to make money. And if it's not, I'm sorry to say, you're going to get really short episodes that don't last very long. And I hate to do that, but it's what I have to do. Now, some of you may not even realize that every episode of this show has been sponsored up to this point. Anonymous 4 generously donated just way too much money. Which was so kind and triggered the musical episode, which a lot of people still tell me they really love, and it's still our most popular episode, but I think people maybe didn't realize what the premise of the show was because there was a topic every single week. And the only reason there was a topic every single week is because Anonymous 4 bulk bought a bunch of topics. Now, I'm not saying you need to bulk buy a bunch of topics. Holy shit. I have a visual representation of how much longer the show has to be, and it's kind of scaring me. But anyway, $5. You throw $5 in the GoFundMe and you tell me what you want me to talk about, I'll do it. $5 is the minimum for GoFundMe. So that's why I have to give at least $5. By the way, you can also give money to one of my YouTube shows, like The Walking Death of Me, where I will watch each episode of The Walking Dead for money. Right now, I've seen one episode. If you'd like me to watch episode 2, all you got to do is throw $2 in there. Though, because of GoFundMe's rules, you have to throw $5 in there. I'm sorry, I didn't know that when I set the thing up. There's a running theme here that none of this has been very well planned. Anyway, I've got about 3 bites left on this episode. I hope this has been pleasant for you, because it hasn't been for me. Anyway, I love that you love the show. Thank you for listening. I love when people tell me that they do like it, because I will say that every week I feel like, what am I doing with my life? And I'd like the answer to be raising money to pay off my car debt. And that hasn't been the answer for several weeks. You're very lucky that the money ran out during the holiday season, so I did a bunch of holiday episodes, because I just felt like that was not the time to be like, hey, happy holidays and go screw yourself. There's no content this week. Side note, I love the word content. I absolutely love it. Please refer to this show only as content. And this is not a personal vendetta against some other internet personality who hates the word content. But I genuinely love the word content. But maybe pronounce it content, because that's what I want the show to leave you every week. But unfortunately, straight up, I need to pay the bills. I'm now officially losing money because of what it costs to host the site. So again, I'm not trying to guilt you, but if you're one of the people who asked me to put it on Apple Podcasts, you're part of the problem! No, I'm just kidding. But it does cost me money to put this show up. And when it causes me to lose money, that really, really negates the point of the show. So chomp out. Almost every other gimmick on the wheel, I could have just gone, oh, that's an easy one, yada da 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 da, and gone out. But I got the one that is time consuming. Well, I hope it's been fun hearing me talk about how I have no money. but maybe it makes me relatable because you also don't have any money. So here's what I'm going to say to you. If you're like, I love this show, but I don't have any money, I can't contribute, I can't help, that's okay. Because here's the other thing I need. Listeners. So many people tell me, like, hey, the show's really fun. Okay. Go tell your friends. Tell your family. I totally get this may be a hard show to jump into. You know, this isn't everyone's taste. But yeah, just tell your friends. Hey, you gotta check out this show. You never know what's gonna happen on it. Sometimes I don't even tell you what's happening on it. You have to figure it out later. For money. By the way, thank you to my patrons so much. Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you to all my donors. I really, really appreciate people that help me out. But again, you don't have to help me out financially. You can help me out with word of mouth. Mouth. That word has new meaning today. We're going to survive. We're going to live on. Today we celebrate Fix My Carcass. Okay. I think, technically, I've fulfilled the gimmick. But maybe on a technicality, you know what? I want to call out the person who said that a hot bowl of soup was not a good gimmick, because what I'm doing right now is easier than eating a hot bowl of soup. And it still is made for quite a strange episode. Anyway, as always, if you can't give, you can always share. And for you patrons, let's take a look at the big old wheel. So, here's what's on the wheel. And I'm going to share a secret with you. The wheel is going to come back. So, what I spun was eat a peanut butter sandwich. Next on the list, and I'm reading these backwards, do a belly dance, improv limerick, record outside, and by the way, it's January in Maine, draw a flower, make a peanut butter sandwich. So that one I had to make it on the show, but not eat it. Do the Macarena, improv haiku, and record in the bathroom, and draw a horse. So that is everything on the Secret Gimmick wheel, which will stay as it is. I'm not going to erase it. I'm not going to replace it. And it will go on a future gimmick poll as an option. And if I spin what I spun this time, eat a peanut butter sandwich, I will eat another peanut butter sandwich. Thanks for watching, y'all. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.